What up? It's Dad. How y'all doing tonight? We got a special tonight. A double feature. Yes, a double feature. And that's going to be a good one for you all. Our double feature tonight is Event Horizon and a nice short film, independent film called The Moon, the Bat, and the Monster. Let's get started. It looks like Dinero, aka Kenny, is very punctual today. Again, that's 2 in a row. Request coming in hot. Here we go. Dinero, going live. We start this thing up. He's coming on. I just live. There he is. What's up, bro? Merry Christmas.
What up, man?
How you doing?
I'm good, man. Let's go.
Let's go, bro. Are you excited for the special double feature?
I'm super excited, man. And I'm super happy that Instagram has now extended the time of live. So, yes. Let's
Dude,
do it.
I think they quadrupled it. So the time you can do a live now is 4 hours.
Dude, I love the Freddy Krueger face mask, man.
You like that?
Dude, you have to do that out in public.
I went on a bike ride today with my kids, and I was wearing this thing on the bike, so that worked. But I didn't have the Santa hat on, though, man. I had to mix Christmas with horror stuff because I'm horror movie dad. You know what I mean? So
I look like Dark Man.
there you go.
Man.
There you go. So I'll probably end up taking this thing off eventually because anyway, you got to see my face,
Yeah, no, it's pretty legit though. It actually, the flow goes really well, man. The Facebook way is on hit.
Just got to get the mouth to move, bro.
It looks pretty good when your mouth moves with it. It almost looks like it's like, yeah, it does. It looks good.
Yeah. Bro, so I'm in a different room than usual. I'm in my garage because I'm getting construction done in the house where my office used to be. So my garage, I got Event Horizon playing on VHS right behind us, bro.
Dude, hell yeah, man.
And that's our first topic today.
It is. It's a movie that I chose. The movie is called Event Horizon, and it's a classic. It came out in 1997. It was directed by Paul Anderson, and what can I say, man? It's a classic, and here we are reviewing this great horror movie, or horror/sci-fi.
Right. But before we start talking some more, what do we got to do, bro?
Oh, you know it. Play it.
Here we go.
Show. Midnight falls, everything slow-mo. One is the devil, other is a crow. We're up all night drinking at the creep show. Let's go to the show. Night falls, everything slow-mo. One is the devil, other is a crow. We're up all night smoking at the creep show. Feed a silly bitch.
All right. It's the creep show. D3, Dad and Dinero discussions tonight. Tonight we discuss Event Horizon. It's a double feature tonight. We're discussing Event Horizon for the first hour. Second hour, we're diving into an independent short film called The Moon, the Bat, the Monster. This was a request by some of our viewers. And I see we have somebody joined right here, Sixth Chapter, who's a part of that with a special request coming from him. So we will discuss that after we discuss Event Horizon. So stick around. If you don't want to stick around, I suggest you do, but this will always be posted later on IGTV and YouTube. So, but stick around, ask questions. We're here. We'll answer anything. You got some random facts you want to throw out that we haven't mentioned, go right ahead. But there we go, and I'll let Dinero, Kenny, let us know. We're watching Event Horizon. It was his choice, so why'd you choose it?
Well, one of my coworkers, Anthony, gave me a long list of movies to review. He really liked the Fly, and he liked our D3 discussion of The Fly. And basically on his list, there was a lot of movies, but Event Horizon stood out the most. And I love that movie. I know you love that movie. So why not just dive into the past and go into some gems, you know, that we were able to. I can't believe it was on VHS, bro. I mean,
dude, we got to play it in the background on VHS right now. But here we go, bro.
Dude, it's crazy. And the movie, when I watched the movie, it still has not gotten old. It's fucking awesome.
It's good, bro. But you can tell it's a 90s film. There's some 90s nostalgia in there, bro.
Oh, did you see the Easter egg? Did you see the 49ers Easter egg?
No. Tell me about that. Or tell us about that.
There is a 49ers Easter egg where Cooper, in his little cubby where he sleeps, has a whole bunch of posters.
Okay.
There is, I believe, Terrell Owens.
Wow. I didn't, dude, you know what? I never noticed that. I'm going to put the thing down because I gotta have some of my whiskey. So now you can see my real face, my crazy beard. But cheers, bro.
I made a Whiskey Ricky today.
There you go. Getting in the mood, bro. I like it.
And I got the Canadian, what is it? I got the apple, the Crown. I got the Crown.
Oh, Crown Apple.
Crown Apple. It was on sale at Costco, bro. The fucking 2.75 or 1.75, the liter was only $2.9, bro.
Dude, that's my signature drink right now. That's my hype right now.
I took a shot of it last night, and it tastes good. It's good.
Dude, it's a little sweet. It's not too rough, dude. It's a good sipping whiskey if you're trying. And
yeah, you can do it, drink it. You can mix it. Like for me, I just put fresh lime juice. No, I cut a lemon in half, and I just put half the lemon juice, and then soda water, and good old Crown Apple.
Nice. So anyway, I saw a question. They were asking. I'll answer you right now, Elizabeth. They're asking what the moon, the bat, and the monster is on. It's actually on Amazon Prime, free streaming if you have Amazon Prime. The moon, the bat, the monster. It's a short film, so independent film.
We will discuss.
There you go. Thanks.
Bat,
chapter.
monster.
Actually, the music composer of that short film has joined us, and he's in the comments answering some questions too. And we will get into detail about that film as our double feature as the second movie to discuss.
All right, so let's get into this movie, man. Event Horizon takes place. It actually originally takes place in 2040 when the Event Horizon disappears. And while the movie starts, it takes place in 2047. It's 7 years later. And so who was Sam Neill's character's name again? What was his name?
Dr. Weir.
Dr. Weird or Dr.
Weir? Weir.
Okay.
W-E-I-R. Dr. William Weir. Dr. Weir!
So Dr. Weir joins this space crew who is led by, I believe, Captain Miller.
Yes, and that's Laurence Fishburne.
Captain Miller is played by Laurence Fishburne. And dude, I'll say like straight off, like right off the bat, dude, Captain Miller is a dick. And he does not give two fucks about anything. Like he treated, why do I keep thinking Samuel Jackson? Sam Neill, who plays Dr. Weir, he treats him like shit, man. He's like, I don't give a fuck about you. Like, we're here to do our job. And he treats him kind of like a kid, dude, like a little baby. Like, like he doesn't.
He's all pissed off that he had to go drag off and find this spaceship.
And that's another question. So, my question to you is, would you ever go into hypersleep?
Would I ever?
Yeah, which is funny because look behind you.
Yeah.
It's where he wakes up, I think, early and he has a nightmare.
Yeah, it's a nightmare about his wife or about his wife right now.
We find out that later. So my question to you, Josh, if you had to do hypersleep, would you do it?
Yeah, I would want to experience it. I think. I
I
think
think
I'd want to experience it, bro. Just you get what, dude? You got to, man. Like,
I think I'd be a pussy and cop out and just be like, I'm just gonna fucking grow my beard longer and just you guys do. I'll do a bunch of stuff. It doesn't matter. I live by myself anyways, so I'd probably figure out what to do. But hypersleep, I don't know, bro. Hypersleep's just what could go wrong, dude? Like Nate, like what happens if you have like sleep apnea or like how do you not take a shit or a piss for fucking 45?
you got to think logically here, all right? There's probably a sedative that knocks you out. Okay, you probably have a feeding tube. You need to have some sort of feeding tube because you need your nutrients while you sleep because you're gonna be sleeping for like what 50 days,
So
and you gotta have a catheter because that
real
stuff got to come out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean?
What about the number two though? Do they give you like a poop chute and they just shove
Yeah,
it up your?
they got to have something in your pee hole, something in your poop hole, something in your mouth, bro. That's the only way it works. It has. That's the only way it could work.
Dude, fuck hypersleep, bro. I don't want nothing.
Fuck hypersleep.
That. I'd rather fucking kill myself than fucking have a motherfucker do that to me. But let's talk about the movie, okay?
Hey, it said at the beginning, it said 2015 was the year that humans created a settlement on the moon in 2015. That's what it said at the beginning of the Event Horizon, bro.
That's right. It said that.
Right.
And
We're way past that. There ain't no settlement on the moon.
Yeah, you know, that was crazy. I remember the years going by, and I mentioned I remember I saw 2040 and then 2047, 7 years after Event Horizon disappears. But what I will say about this movie is this was the first time watching this movie in high definition, and man, dude, all I have to say is that the set in this movie is like super legit, man. It has the same feeling of Aliens and Alien for sure. It's like,
oh hell yeah.
You know, like Star Wars is like, you know, they have their own special, unique way of their sets, but this set, I don't know what it is about being in a claustrophobic, dark spaceship that has that Ridley Scott and the whole James Cameron vibe. Like this movie gives it and I think it turns it up a notch. Like it really is haunting. Like that's a scary ass ship. Like if I was in that ship and all the fucking lights turned off, I don't give a fuck. I'd be scared shitless, dude. I would. Yeah.
The atmosphere and the setting, dude, it's just so eerie, and it pulls it off, dude. And I gotta say this movie got completely railed and beat up in the box office, I believe, and with the critics, bro. And to tell you the truth, man, I don't see it at all. This is one of my favorite horror movies, and it's crazy how dragged through the shit this movie was.
Dude, it's a great movie. Like, right. Dude, I will say this. What makes this movie kind of funny too is I've never watched a movie with more one-liners ever. Like this movie is like the king of one-liners. Like it just sets up for these like, you know what'd be funny is if Arnold Schwarzenegger was in this movie because he would just the best one-liners. I mean, Laurence Fishburne, the guy Cooper. Let me see, like he has a bunch of.
Cooper's a one-line king, bro. A one-line king in this.
Cooper goes in like there's one part where they all wake up and he's having coffee and he goes to the white girl and he's all, you ever had something hot and black inside you? Oh shit! Okay. So here's the start of the one-liners. I mean, I can't name all of them, but like, you know, like when Dr. Weir is telling them about a black hole, and he takes the guy's fucking jerk off material, and he goes, "Hey, fine," and he just takes it anyways, and then he like folds it, and he's like telling everybody, and then all of a sudden the guy's like, "Can you please in English, please?" Like it just has what like all the like. I wish I wrote them down, but it's just I want to say there has to be like 9 or 10 like setup one-liners in this fucking movie.
Oh yeah.
Like keep your nose clean, or like, you know, like they all say these fucking, you know, these sayings that you just kind of it stays in your brain. But
So one of them was when they base. I'm gonna jump back real quick, is because this guy Dr. Weir right here, you can see he's the one who built the Event Horizon to go faster than light travel, and there's some science behind it where it folds space time and you travel through it and space opens, creating a black hole, whatever. The Event Horizon was sent away in 2004, 2030, 2040, and it disappeared. They didn't know where it was, and it came back 7 years later. And so they have a team going over there to find out what the hell out by, not by Saturn, by what planet are they by? Neptune?
Neptune, yes.
Neptune. They go all the way out to Neptune. No one's ever been that far, and they're going to rescue and find out where the hell the Event Horizon was. And when they finally get to the Event Horizon and they attach up Laurence Fishburne, what's his character's name?
Captain Miller.
Captain Miller goes, "Smoke him if you got him," and but this is where you can tell it's a '90s movie. The pilot busts out a cigarette and just starts smoking in front of everybody inside the spaceship. It's like, dude, nowadays you ain't gonna see anything in a movie like that if anyone's smoking inside of a public area ever, especially in a spaceship.
I'm glad that you mentioned that. Dude, you know what was funny is when Laurence Fishburne, aka Captain Miller, when it was, did you laugh? I found it completely funny now that I was watching it when he was in his cockpit, right? Like Professor X when he was sitting down, or he kind of looked like paraplegic because his legs were like hella skinny, like together, and he just like, what the fuck? Who just like? Okay, I get it. You guys have a great set, but who designed the captain's chair? You should be fired. What the fuck? Did you kind of laugh?
Dude. You know what? I didn't laugh, but I noticed it, and I know what you're saying exactly.
Like he's in a wheelchair, bro. You take orders? Oh, this is so bad. I'm sorry for everyone out there. And by no means am I trying to be an asshole, but I'm just saying, like, if your captain was a paraplegic in a wheelchair, would you take orders from him? But you said no.
Yeah.
Yes,
I would.
Don't do something.
He earned his way there, man. I would if I had to, if I was ordered to. Nice question.
Nope. Yeah, sure, motherfucker. Okay, so let's get back. Let's to the fucking movie. Holy shit. Okay.
You know what? I want to say one thing about this movie. I'm gonna make a connection here. You said it reminds you. It's got that alien vibe, which it does. But you know what? It also has. It has a Hellraiser vibe. Yep. It's like Hellraiser in space.
You know what? Elizabeth O'Hagan actually mentioned that to me. Yeah,
one of our listeners, our steady listeners and watchers. Thank you.
You, Elizabeth. She mentioned that I said that, hey, how did you like the movie? And she's like, I got the Hellraiser vibe, like big time, especially at the end. The end. We'll get into that.
Yeah.
Dude, like the ripped skin, okay, so before they go to Event Horizon, when Dr. Weir basically states that, you know, they said that Event Horizon blew up, everybody died, and then he's like, no, it didn't. We're going back to this mission, and we have this transmission. And dude, I remember as a kid when I heard the transmission, it's one of those sounds that like stick with you, that like it's so haunting that it, like, when you hear it, you'll always remember the way it sounds. And when they yes, very Clive Barker, like, absolutely,
of course.
When one of the guys, he actually knows Latin, he can hear it says liberate me, which is save me, okay? But we find out later it's actually not that, and we will get into that. But Yeah, like when they and then another thing, I never knew what an umbilicus is, and I found out an umbilicus is the fucking thing that attaches to another fucking ship, and it's like an umbilical cord. I was like, oh, at least I know what an umbilicus is.
Yeah, well, you would think that. It's like, okay, attaching to another ship, and it's all coming out of the ship.
Sexual innuendo when that was happening, or is that just me because I'm perverted?
Maybe it's just you.
So maybe next time I get a blowjob, I'll be like, you want to check out my umbilicus?
Dude, I gotta tell you this. I never liked the name of the ship that they were flying in. The Lewis Clark.
I'm gonna be like, yo, check out my umbilicus, and then I'm gonna have my dick slowly fucking come out my pants like the umbilicus in the spaceship, and it'd be. But, okay, off topic. Let's get back to the movie. You know what?
Kenny, always going in that direction, bro. You're always going in that direction, dude. Hey, it would be D3 if you didn't. I'll tell you that right now.
I think it's pretty cool now that, since it's 2020 and nobody really has any physical copies of music or anything like that, that it's good to know in 2047 that ship logs are still recorded on CDRs.
I was going to say that too, bro. That's where those 90s. She's all pulling the CDR out in 2047.
The gold CDR with nothing on it. It's just gold and then green on the other side. Holy.
That's the other nostalgia of 1990 horror. It was the lighting up the cigarette inside and her pulling out the CDR for a ship's log in 2047.
Dude, another okay, so they're in the ship and crazy things start happening to everyone. And it starts off with Justin. So when the crew first goes on to the event horizon, there's a crew member named Justin, and he'll forever, like, this movie, like, you cannot forget about Justin. Because he possibly has the biggest, it's not like he did a lot of acting, but he had the biggest role in this movie. For sure, hands down.
Yeah.
Justin goes to the other side of the ship where I guess the generator is, and this is totally like, horror like cliche. Is let me just go into this room that is really dark and it's very
weird, hella weird.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, like, you have this portal that is just all black liquid. Let me just put my finger in it real quick and see what happens.
Right.
I ain't fucking putting my fucking finger in that shit. If that was me, I'd be like, hell no, I'm out of here. Fuck that. I'd be like, Miller, it's some fucked up shit in here. We gotta go, bro. Fuck this Dr. Weir. We out.
Right? He puts his finger in it, then he puts his whole hand in it.
Bro, and then here's another one great one-liner. He goes, the first thing that he says, he goes, man, I'm getting some really strange readings in here. Oh, you are? So let's go ahead and touch the fucking black liquid from the portal. That seems like a great idea.
Dude, hey, but with every single character in this movie, they really make you care for each of these characters, because each of them, a lot of them don't have a good amount of, everyone has a good amount of screen time, and you get to know their personalities very well. They do a great job of character development, even with just a movie that's this long. And it makes you almost care for every single character, to tell you the truth.
No, you do. And, the crazy thing about this movie is that we find out, we slowly find out that the event horizon went into a black hole to a different dimension.
Yeah.
And obviously, the whole crew fucking was dead. And when they came back, and another really, really Clive Barker-ish Hellraiser part of this movie is that when they only show it to you a few times, but man, I'll never forget the images of the blood and crust on the side of the fucking in the cockpit or the main hub or whatever. It's just like
the bridge,
your head.
the bridge
On the bridge, and like that's the reason why this movie is such a good sci-fi horror movie, because it, like, you don't know what it is, but you kind of do. But it just kind of, it, like, we don't know what hell is. We don't, you know.
It's almost like a thought. It's
Yeah.
like
What would you think?
psychological. It's like, what is your, it reads everybody's minds in this, and it finds out what your biggest fear is, what your biggest regrets are, and it torments you with it.
Okay, so remember, when I was watching this movie, I questioned, I was like, who's the flaming guy? Like, Laurence Fishburne, Captain Miller, goes into the generator where the, what is that thing called? What was it called? I can't remember what it was called.
Core. They call it the core.
Core. He goes to the core, right? And there's a guy that is, oh, wait a second. Before we even get to that part, Justin goes ahead and touches the black goo. He gets sucked in, and then he comes out, and then he's basically in a coma. So Laurence Fishburne goes back, Captain Miller, and then he sees a burning body that comes up and just says, I think he says, "Why did you leave me?" Or like, "Why did you leave me?" And then he's like, "What the fuck?" And so now Laurence Fishburne is like, dude, this shit is like for real. Like, this is not like something that's imaginary. There's something going on with this ship, you know?
Yeah, every single person has that thought of where, what the hell's going on? They think they're seeing this in their minds, but then they know it's real. And almost every single character, I think besides the guy who speaks Latin and Cooper, they don't have any flashbacks. Oh, and the captain and the pilot, they don't have any flashbacks, but everybody else kind of.
Dude,
So.
can I mention, I really like the fact that you have the movie playing in the background. I like that. I think you should keep that. As long as, hopefully we don't get flagged. I don't think we can get flagged for copyright, right?
We shouldn't. You can only see a little bit of it, and you can't hear it.
Okay, good.
We're talking.
Okay.
I don't think so. I know in the past with Dad Watches Horror Movies that I do my episodes on my YouTube channel to where you see the whole screen and I'm commenting and reacting and riffing on the movie. That's sometimes there's copyright laws for that, which they get credited for. And sometimes I have to black out the screen or something like that because of it. We're not trying to take anyone's material, just trying to have a good time. But I think we'll be fine with this. So
okay.
Maybe I'll block it a little bit more. You can only see it a little bit, but this is more of like we're advertising for them, I believe.
Really like it because it helps me with the notes that I wrote, and it helps me bring back stuff. And it's cool. You got it in the background. People can see it. We're talking about the movie. And there's that one scene, or they showed the stuff.
Crust.
What did you call it again?
The crust. Oh, the bridge? On the bridge?
The bridge. I keep forgetting that.
So I'm going to pose this question. And you almost kind of see it at the beginning, or I've seen this movie plenty of times, but I had to watch it again, of course, yesterday, but I've seen this plenty of times, more than I can count. And I always think that Dr. Weir knew where the event horizon went, and he's just kind of posing and like pretending he doesn't. But he makes excuses for the ship. The first time, because he sees, when he gets on the ship, he has that illusion where he's going inside where the core is, the heart of the ship, like Elizabeth just said. He goes in there and he's trying to fix something, and then he sees the illusion of his wife, right? And it scares him.
Right when he first goes there, when she opens up her eyes and she doesn't have her eyes out, and then he takes out his eyes at the end, and we will get to that part.
Yeah. So, but he sees this, right? He sees all this like it's right in his face. And then that girl who saw her son, and then the captain who saw the burning guy, like they all mention it to him, and he's like, "No, you guys are crazy. This is just blah blah blah, this or that, trying to get scientific." But he saw something too, but he's not agreeing with them. And I'm thinking, like, why aren't you saying, yeah, I saw something too? This is crazy weird. So is he like embracing it, and he knew about it before, and he's trying to keep them on the ship?
Because you know why? I really do think Dr. Weir was a sociopathic narcissist with a fucking huge brain that created this fucking ship that has the capacity to withstand a black hole. And maybe, just maybe, he knew he had the desire of seeing, and he didn't care what the fuck happened to the crew. You know that at the end,
they're expendable for sure.
He doesn't care. He just wants his creation and his experimental fucking ship to be the first to, go through a black hole. But then it became him. It became the ship turning into him. And we find out remember how he comes back later? I thought he was dead. We'll get to okay, so let's see.
So where are we at in the story right now? We're at where Justin, right after Justin.
The crew is starting to lose it, right? Okay. Yeah. And there's a scene where what is it? One of the
better be. You better be sorry, bro.
The doctor is in the medical bay, and Justin disappears. Okay.
Yeah.
Justin disappears, and then they find out that Justin goes to God, man, I don't know what the name. What did that one chick tell the captain about the ship's reaction? What part was that?
Are you talking about the doctor telling?
Oh, yes. She says
and her son.
That's causing when they react to the ship reacts even more.
Right.
Yeah, that is correct. I'm trying to figure out. Justin disappears. Oh, and then the scene where they basically, this is what Dr. Weir was going nuts, is when they shut the door and there was this evil force, and there was actual fists being punched through the fucking door, and he didn't give a fuck. He's all, I gotta open that door. And that's when you knew this guy is fucked. And that's when Justin goes to the I think it was the part of where the umbilicus is, where you can actually go into outer space, and he basically disengaged.
He went over to the airlock.
Yeah, he went to the airlock and he releases the pressure. And all right, this is your moment, Josh. Your moment. What does he say?
Did you hear it? It shows you things, horrible things. The dark inside me from the other place. I won't go back there. I won't. You got it, bro.
Fuck yeah. This is the weird thing too, is when he goes back to normal, and then he's like, what are you doing? He's all, help me. What? And then Captain Miller actually is a real one, and he comes through and he say, Laurence Fishburne really, really is good in this movie. He plays a really, cocky, strong, the hero captain, and he does he's a really, really good actor, man, and he plays the part super well. He plays it.
I completely agree.
Yeah. And so they save Justin, they throw him in hypersleep, he's fucked. Where are we now? So now we're at the part where basically Dr. Weir is basically trying to sabotage the crew, and he's like, you guys aren't.
Before you go, let's explain how wicked and dreadful that scene was when Justin actually got sucked into space, and he was just spitting blood, and he's quivering, and blood's coming out all of his orifices.
Even as when we watched this, when we were, I want to say we're in our early teens.
What was this, 93?
93. So so 14, 13, something like that.
Oh yeah, so we were in freshman year of high school.
Yes. So when he goes into outer space, the special effects that they used was really good because it wasn't CGI, and you can literally see his fucking his veins popping out of his fucking arms and his legs, and then the way he explains, my eyes hurt, he's telling him to shut his eyes, and the blood is coming out his face, and dude, that was a fucking gnarly. I still I mean, that's one of the scenes that really makes this fucking movie. And there's a few other scenes in this movie that are so epic that I don't think, I mean, even now to this day, you can't top what the fuck I saw. Like,
right.
And that's the Hellraiser aspect, like the whole Clyde. Okay.
All right, sorry to interrupt, but go ahead. Continue the story after that.
All right, so I'm trying to go from my notes. I mean, basically,
I think after that they try to get back onto the ship or something. They try to get back onto the Lewis and Clark.
Ship is finally repaired.
Yeah,
right? It's finally repaired, and the medical doctor and one of the other guys they're collecting air canisters. They need 25 like oxygen tanks so that they could survive to go back. And again, the ship, whatever entity is in the ship takes over, and the lady sees her dead son again. And her son starts running. She obviously is going to try to go follow him. And then basically she goes up and then...
So weak-minded, bro. She's the most weak-minded out of them all. Knowing, you know that your son's not there. You know that this thing is in your head. You got to be smarter than that. Anyway, it's a horror movie, though, so people are stupid. So, understandably so, it works.
She goes up. She tries to find, her son. How does she end up falling, though? What happened?
I think she climbs up or something, and she gets up to a rotunda. It's like a big circle she can walk around. And instead of walking around, she just walks straight, and then it just falls down through the middle of the room. Like those.
Her legs get busted.
Yeah, they do.
Dude, yeah. Okay, so all right, that is the moment where Dr. Weir it's the one scene where you actually see Dr. Weir have some pity or remorse on her, right?
Right.
Then what's up, Barclay? Shout out to Barclay.
Hey, Dad, what's up?
So Dr. Weir has this moment where he basically he has empathy, like finally, for this lady that dies. And then he goes and he has another flashback. And then we find out why he keeps having flashbacks of his wife. And so he goes into a house and he sees his wife, and his wife is basically ready to off herself. And so what we do is we see her, she goes inside the bathtub. And the thing is, he's I don't want to see this again. I keep reliving it. So that is something that haunts him for a while. She kills herself. And then this is the crazy part. When she kills herself, there's something with the eyes. And then it flash forwards to him gouging out his eyes, which foreshadowed his wife in the beginning when he first goes to the ship, and she says, I have so many things to show you. And then she opens up her eyes and her eyes are gone. And then after, when he re-envisions his wife's suicide, he gouges out his eyes, which was very, like it was
one of my favorite lines in horror movie history is in this movie.
What is that?
Where we're going, we won't need eyes to see.
Yes, sir.
That's such a creepy scene when he says that, when Dr. Weir says that to the captain, and he's got his eyes all stapled shut and he's all bloody.
Dude,
that was so awesome, dude.
Okay, so this is all right, new thing I'm implementing.
So we got Robbie Diaz joining. He's actually the director of the second movie that we'll be talking about. So thanks for joining.
I want to talk about the best kill in this movie. But before I do that, I have to get a shot. I'm gonna take a shot because I'm gonna take a shot for this kill.
Okay, that's something new.
I like it. You like it?
I like it. So I'll say it again. We got a D3 double feature. Dad and Dinero discuss Event Horizon. We're discussing this for the first hour, and then after that, we'll be discussing the short independent film called The Moon, the Bat, the Monster. And we also have the director of that joining us here. He's in the room right now. So We can, if anyone has any questions when we start talking about that, you can shoot them his way, or we'll just talk and he can throw out some facts randomly if he wants to. So, and we also have the music composer with us as well for that. So thank you for joining. This is spoiler alert. We're going to talk spoilers. We're talking spoilers of Event Horizon right now. And Kenny went to go get a shot because he wants to tell us about the best kill scene in the movie. So I'll let you take the floor, bro.
All right, so there is a scene where Sam Neill, and I forget the character's name, but he was one of the what is that guy's name? I forget, but basically
Dr. Weir?
Yeah, Dr. Weir gets one of the guys. It was the guy, I think, who knew the translation of the Liberate Me. And
he's like the psychologist of the crew.
Dude, he throws him on a gurney. He takes a fucking big-ass fucking scalpel or fucking hatchet or whatever the fuck is, and you just hear him gut him from his, like, the top of his fucking chest all the way down to his stomach.
And he's open to he's awake and it's happening. He's going, ah!
And the best part is after, when you see the aftermath, and I'll explain that right now. So cheers, my guy.
Yeah, I'll take a cheers. Is that your crown apple, bro? Nice, dude. That's what I got here. So taking some sips. I'm liking it, Kenny. I'm liking getting in the mood of the crown apple.
Yes. We see him later, and he is so fucking in the ultimate Hellraiser type of way. He's got hooks on his fucking back, the back of his legs, his ass, fucking his neck, his arms, and dude, he's fucking dude. And then his stomach, like his stomach skin is stretched out, and all the guts are on the fucking table, bro. Yeah. Dude, that scene. Still, like, when I saw that, I was like, whoa, man. Like,
yeah.
Dude, Paul Anderson, good job, bro. All your movies have not really been that good. And is he the guy that directed Aliens vs. Predator, the first one?
You know what? I can find that out for you right now.
Let's find that out.
I can find that out, what he's directed before. He did the original Resident Evil. He directed that, and Alien vs. Predator.
Okay.
And the original Mortal Kombat.
Okay. All those movies I like, except for Aliens vs. Predator, because he fucking dropped the ball on that one, dude. And Mortal Kombat, I'm like, I mean, it was cool when I was younger, but, you know, you could have done a better job, Paul Anderson. But,
no,
you know, like, if you look at it.
For Event Horizon, man, I'm going to give him all the credit. It's one of my favorite horror movies, so.
But, dude, how do you go from having, like, one of the best sci-fi horror movies ever with, like, the most goriest shots to just garbage-ass shit afterwards? And Resident Evil was good. I'll give him that. The first one was good. All right. It was all right. Marilyn Manson did a nice soundtrack to that movie, by the way. Good. But, yeah, so that was the kill. That was the kill of the movie. God, I got so many notes, dude. I'm just, like, trying to figure out. Oh, you know what I found out was, like, super funny? When Captain Miller found there's the blonde girl. Like, she really is not that big of a, you know, character in the movie, but somehow she ends up surviving. How do you have smelling salt handy like that? Like, do you just, like, walk around?
It, bro. He's a captain. He needs it, bro.
Okay, all right.
I'm being sarcastic, dude.
What if he's just like a lunatic and just has smelling salt all the time and just gets high off of it? Like, he goes in another room and just like.
That's why he's so intense, bro. That's why he's so intense.
What?
That's why he's so intense, man. Because he's just huffing that stuff in the corner.
Okay. Yeah. My next note was Sam Neill's quotes with no eyes, and you already said that.
Yeah. Huh?
What was the Sam Neill quote when he has no eyes?
Where we're going, we don't need eyes to see.
Exactly.
Because it's all in their brains. It's all there.
And here's another thing. Like, okay, he gouges out his eyes, and now all of a sudden he's a fucking Marvel superhero. He's got fucking superhuman powers. Like,
right.
gouge my eyes out, and I'm just gonna grab people by fucking one hand and throw them across the room. Like, what the fuck?
Naked.
That?
Naked.
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 Yeah. Dude, okay. So here is hold on, nice job. Okay. I will say this, which was funny, and I wrote these notes down before, you know, him ultimately coming back. But there's a scene where he has the eyes stitched closed, where we're going, you don't need eyes to see. And Cooper, right? He basically does a fucking Jaws 4 rendition. Taking your fucking, at least you're not underwater. Remember in Jaws 4, there's that one scene where the guy fucking cuts his fucking tank, so he just gets boosted up to water.
Yeah.
Space, and he does like the same thing and just gets boosted to the fucking ship
perfectly. He shoots it perfectly too. You know what I mean?
And he was so
right directly to the bridge freaking window, dude, right when the fight is happening.
Bro, when he shot himself, you couldn't even see the fucking ship, dude. You're like, anyways, okay. So here's my gripe, and I thought it was funny. Like, here is Dr. Weir. He did all this stuff. To make sure that his ship was going to be okay. And then Cooper fucking smashes the window, and fucking Sam Neill grabs his gun and fucking shoots a fucking arrow through the fucking window. And it's like, bro. And while I was watching, I was like, you dumbass. I'm like, why would you do that? Now you fucking lost your ship.
Yeah. Dude.
I'm like, okay, now they're trying to figure out all this shit. And here's another question that I have for you is, if Sam Neill, Dr. Weir, had no eyes, and when Captain Miller realizes that basically one of the I guess when the Event Horizon was created, they had this system where if all shit fucking hit the fan, we're gonna blow up half the ship, and we can fucking have a space. We can have an escape ship or whatever.
Lifeboat, they called it.
How did Dr. Weir plant the explosive that Captain Miller realizes that's gone before he took out his eyes, or after he took out his eyes?
Before, I think he did it. He did it before.
Okay.
I think he did it before, and then he went back on the ship and had that premonition, and then gouged his eyes out.
Okay.
Yeah, and so I want to bring up something, because I think, and I might be stretching here, but I believe we have a tribute scene to another.
Dude, let me hear it.
Hold on a sec. Hold on 1 second, all right? Just discuss. Hold on.
Okay, well, I'm trying to think of something to say right now, but I'm just gonna go ahead and if you guys are watching this right now, and if you guys want to listen to some dope ass hip hop music, make sure you check out me, K Dinero. It's K space Dinero. You can stream my music on iTunes. You can stream it on Spotify. You can stream it on all major streaming platforms. Let me know what you think. I'm going to put out an album very soon, probably in the next few months. It's called Skirt Chasing, and I have production by Smooth E. Smooth E is all over it. I even have a few songs with Savage C. I got She's Telling Him on the TV. Okay, hold on. What's going on the TV? Oh, wait. About the ship. Oh, this is the part where Justin disappears. Watch. She walks, and she's like, what the fuck? And then it pans over, and then he's gone. Watch, look, see, watch. Oh, where did Justin go? I think it's actually pretty cool that we have the movie playing in the background. It actually has helped me remember a bunch of things. Sorry if my notes are all fucking random and all out of place, but you know, when I was watching this movie, I try to write down as much as I can so I can remember what to talk about, because if I don't write notes, then I'm not going to remember. Everything all right?
Yeah, I had to be a dad for a second. My son woke up and was crying, so.
Okay. Well, hey, Dad watches horror.
I thought I heard him, and I was like, wait a second. And I was thinking it was the movie behind me because I have it on really low. And then I was like, oh, that's my son. So I had to go check him out.
All right. So
Sorry about that. But I thanks for keeping it going. What I was going to say is,
I think I know what you're saying.
my tribute.
Exactly what you're going to say about a homage to a certain movie.
Yes.
We know what it is.
Okay. I'm pretty sure you'd get it.
Does it about an elevator?
Of course. Yeah, you got it.
Okay, go ahead. You talk about it.
Yeah, so basically there's a homage paid to The Shining in this with the blood but coming out of the elevators.
Yep.
But in the scene, the blood fills up like this big water tank, and the water tank explodes, and all the blood comes out in slow motion down a ladder and stuff like that. So I thought for sure that was paying homage to the Shining.
You know what? I'm going to pay homage to The Shining right now. Rest in peace, Stanley Kubrick. This one's for you, buddy.
Here we go.
Let's go. This one is for you, Stanley. And dude, I can't wait to review this movie. I think we're almost there, dude.
Right. All right, we got about 8 minutes here to finish up Event Horizon. So let's close this. Close this thing out, and we can move on.
So we're gonna do a separate live, right, for the movie?
No, we're just gonna stay on this one.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, gonna stay on this one. Where it's our double features.
Okay.
Thanks to Instagram for
okay.
letting the lives go longer. Now we can go longer than just 1 hour.
So I want to say this. Dr. Weir, when he comes back, and basically he tells Captain Miller, the reason why I came back is because the ship wanted me to come back. Dude, the shit that he shows Captain Miller, bro.
Hand on his head like this.
Bro, dude.
Hey.
Those.
Do you see?
Yes. Now we know why Justin offed himself. Because, dude, if I ever saw that shit in real life, I'd be like, what the fuck, dude? I'm telling you right now, the shit that they show, and this is why I'm kind of disappointed with Paul Anderson's future movies, is that the shit that he created, the visions, the visuals were so real and just gory. It's just like they're images that stay in your brain, dude. Like, you know when like you can't sleep at night because you watched a really scary movie, you just keep thinking about the fucking same thing over and over again?
Yeah.
Dude, I remember as a kid, I literally would stop. Like, I remember I would pause just to see, because, you know, we're curious. We want to know. They're images that like flash. Like there's in The Exorcist, right? And this is real shit. Just talking to Mama Bear in the background. That's right. That was Mama. Yep. There's certain things about in the movie Exorcist, right? The reason why Exorcist was so scary. Oh shit, that's right. There you go. Image. Do you remember watching Exorcist?
Oh yeah.
Okay. The reason why Exorcist was so scary is because obviously it's one of the best, you know, scary movies that you could ever see. But there's one image. There's one image that you see for 1 second, and it's like it's a dark background with the scariest face you'll ever fucking see, bro. It's like one of the scariest faces. You can go ahead and Google it if you want to. If you're brave enough, go ahead and Google search Pazuzu.
Okay.
Google image search Pazuzu. You see his face one time in The Exorcist, and it's one of those images that you see so fast that it scares the fucking shit out of you. And when Captain Miller gets forced to see what Dr. Weir is trying to show him, those are the same kind of images. And that's what makes this movie so good, is because you see it just for a split second, and it makes you want to see it again. And that's why, I mean, dude, you probably know what rating I'm going to give this movie, but dude, yeah. So let's wrap it up. So basically,
I'm going to give you my one gripe is
okay.
I thought the score was the beginning, the theme songs, the beginning and end theme songs needed a lot of. It needed to be more eerie.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean? Those were pointing score, like beginning, like opening credits, ending credits theme song or score. Very overwhelming for the movie itself.
No,
But I really wanted a sequel for this, and it never happened. And I don't think it ever will. It doesn't need one, but of course, you know, if you want to make one, I'll watch it. You know what I mean?
Dude, I will say this. I wouldn't be surprised if there is someone who grew up there's someone who is an up and coming new director who appreciated this movie so much. It might not be now, it might not be later, it might not be for years. But if you have a good movie, you're gonna have it redone. And you know what? If there's anyone that could, it's a really hard task to do. But if you could redo it, I'm open to watching it. But I still know that I'll be one of those people that I'll be like, you didn't get it. The first one was better.
That's why I said that a lot of people like to redo classic movies, and there's just some that you just can't redo. And you just got to make a sequel of it instead. You know what I mean? Like Dr. Sleep. There's no way you're going to redo The Shining, so just go with the sequel that Stephen King wrote. You know what I mean? It's just like, make a sequel instead, man. Don't redo.
Really like Dr. Sleep. I really like that movie. Part of me like says like, okay, you can't beat the original, but at least you kind of went your own route on it. But there's still some parts of Dr. Sleep that piss me off.
There's plenty of parts in that movie that piss me off. But in the end, I'd say it's a good movie. It's good. It's not beautiful like The Shining is, but it's packed.
Bro, one of the guys in Dr. Sleep hell looked like Colin Kaepernick, bro.
So we'll go ahead and move to our rating. Since you're the one who chose this movie, you got to tell us what's your rating, bro.
We're doing out of what? How many?
Out of 5.
Okay, I am going to. You know what? I'm being generous, and I love this movie. I love this movie a lot, and because it holds such a dear part inside me, it's right here, man. Like, this is a movie that I could watch 10 years from now, I watch 20 years from now, and it'll still hit me the same way. I'm going to have to go ahead and give it a 5, man. I'm giving it a 5 out of 5. I don't think Paul Anderson will ever make a movie as good as he did with this one. And it's got everything I love. Space, horror, gores and guts, and psychological horror. So I'm going with a fucking 5 because Sam Neill has a special part in my heart because he was in Jurassic Park, and you got Laurence fucking Fishburne. We all know the movies that he's in there. It was the perfect combination pizza I could ever eat. Giving it a 5.
There you go. Hey, I'll echo everything you said because I'm going to give it a 5 as well.
Yes! Let's go!
It's one of my favorites. It's one of my favorite horror movies of all time. Critically unacclaimed. The critics, if you look on Rotten Tomatoes, I think they gave it like a 27%, and they are wrong.
They are fucking wrong.
Very wrong. I'll echo everything you said. I don't need to say it again, but I agree with you. Excellent acting. This movie's scary. It's still scary now, even though I know what's going to happen. It's creepy, it's eerie. It's awesome, dude. It's awesome all the way through. And if anyone has not seen it, please do. No matter what generation you're from, you want to know what horror movies are. This is what horror movies are, and this is what they're supposed to be. So, there you have it.
Yeah, 5 out of 5, baby.
Right.
All right,
And so with that,
yep.
Should we move on to our next feature?
Yes, we do. I'm going to use the bathroom real quick, and then we'll do a short...
There we go. That's a good one. That's a good one. I'll stop this behind us because we're not talking about it anymore.
All right.
This thing down. Go ahead and go to the bathroom, Kenny, and I'll keep them all ready.
All right, dude.
All right. So next up, this is our double feature, D3, Dad and Dinero discussions. This is our first double feature we've done. I believe this is now like the 16th episode of D3 we've done. So we had a request from one of our steady viewers, and I appreciate that. We're gonna honor requests, and especially we're gonna honor the requests of those that are actually a part of the crew or actors of a movie that was made that they were in, something like that. And since we got a request from Six the Chapter, who's in here right now. You can he's got an Instagram account at Six the Chapter. He requested that we check out his buddy directed, which his name's Robbie Diaz, directed a short film. It's on Amazon Prime if you want to watch it. It's actually it's a very short film. It's 6 minutes long. It's called The Moon, the Bat, the Monster. So we had that request. We have Six the Chapter, who is the music composer of that short film, and we have the director, Robbie Diaz, on live as well. So you guys feel free to shoot out any type of information you want. If we're saying something about the movie, you want to throw out some extra facts, whatever. So we're not going to be talking an hour long for this because it was a 6 minute short, but we'll talk about it and there will be spoilers, because that's what we do. And if that's fine with you guys, I'm fine with that too. I watched it twice before. I wanted to make sure I got a second chance of watching it. I watched it a couple days ago, and then I watched it again today just to make sure, that if I didn't miss anything. So, and I know Kenny right down here, K. Dinero, watched it as well. So, but I want to thank you for the request, and let's get into it. It's on Amazon Prime. So Kenny, you watched it as well, right? Of course you did. Okay. So we start off with a title screen and a nice score going on. I'm digging the creepy score. It's kind of old schoolish, which is nice. So I dig that. And we find out that there is something going on. There's a younger, I think she's in high school, maybe junior high, who's messing with some sort of machine, like a machine we don't know what it is yet. She's just messing with the machine. And there's some pop toys, those popular Pops toys that you can get almost every character ever made or every celebrity. They have the 3 pop toys on the top of the table, and it looks like it's the Wolfman, it's Frankenstein, and it's Dracula. So that's what we see, and that's where I'm starting to say that hey, the Moon, Wolfman, the Bat, Dracula, the Monster, Frankenstein. So
did you notice that the nerdy girl was addicted to drinking Monster energy drinks? So I don't know if there was any correlation to the Monster whole kind of theme, but I did notice that. And there are some days at work where fuck man, I got to drink a Monster. So I was fucking with that. I was like, okay, you work hard on your or whatever she's building. She explains it. She explains it to her hot blonde friend. And let me say this: 2 hot girls.
She was hotter than her blonde friend. I'll tell you that much.
Okay.
She was hotter than her blonde friend, bro.
You know what? I like them tall. I like them small. I like them. So shout out to the director because you got 2 hot girls in your movie. Got me very interested. I said that the way it was filmed was very good too. It was it looked great on my TV. Yeah, she's been tweaking on that machine all night. Yep, if you need a Monster.
That's the director right there mentioning that. So there you go.
I like the way that it was filmed. The quality was really good. I don't know what camera you used, but it worked very well.
You're right. The quality was great. The camera movement was great. I didn't see any amateurish type stuff, which was nice.
Dracula, Werewolf, and Frankenstein all looked really good too. It looked good, man. It was I didn't know what I was getting to when I was watching it. And Six the Chapter did a really good job with the music too, the score. And it was I like the scene where she wakes up in a fucking cemetery. That's always cool. Like, you know, I mean,
So I want to ask you something, Kenny. Are you into those pops, dude? Those
my brother and Comedy are like big time,
I know comedy is for sure,
big
but
time.
are you into them at all? To tell you the truth, I'm not trying to knock it. I've never really cared for them. You know what I mean? I think it's a cool idea. It's a cool idea with all the crazy action figures or whatever like that. But it's almost like, I like something more realistic. But anyway, I was just curious, and I can see why other people, and I respect why other people like it though. So
I grew up baseball cards. The cemetery was shot at college. We built the tombstones. I liked it. I mean, maybe
yeah, you see the cars driving by in the background. So, but hey, it works. You know what? It almost makes it feel like I kind of like that because it made it feel like it was happening just in a regular town, in a regular street. Like, dude, these cars driving by and this shit's happening right there, and no one even cares. Like, dude driving by is like, oh, whatever. That's what people do nowadays. You see weird shit going on, and you drive by it. You don't help anymore. Back in the day, you helped. Now you just like, fuck that. I don't give a shit. I got my own problems.
You know, I was having flashbacks. You know, every time you have a hot girl in a cemetery, I was having Return of the Living Dead 2 fucking moments, you know?
So the pops that are on top, they fall into this machine, which was the portal, and I believe that's how the Wolfman, Dracula, and Frankenstein came to life.
Okay. Another scene that I really liked was the sheriff's office because it was like very cliche in a way of horror movies when a girl goes into a fucking sheriff's office and, you know, half the fucking officers don't give a fuck. They're either fucking jerking off, fucking drinking coffee, or eating a donut. They don't really, the monster drinks activated the machine.
Oh,
I knew Monster had something to do with it because I was like, when I was thinking of the title, and I was just thinking Monster because it wasn't just like one I noticed the big 24-ounce green one, and I think they had like the frosty one that was empty. So Monsters was cracking, but like I said, the scene was really good. This is how good the camera that you used was. Is the lead detective's teeth were so bad. You there?
Yeah, I'm there.
You could see the detectives like teeth, and they were like fucking like crypt keeper teeth. Sorry for whoever was, you know, acting, but damn, like I was like, dude, this is some good shit. It's really good detail.
Dude, you know what I like, dude? Is right when she ran into the police station, the dude pulls out his gun.
Yeah.
The cop's like, dude, you go into the police station and he pulls out his gun, bro. And I was like, what? It's like, dude, normally you go to a police station. Imagine running into a police station needing help and the cop pulls a gun on you right away. I thought that was pretty good.
That was good.
And then the Asian guy, the Asian cop, can we help you, darling? Trying to sound like a hick. That was great too.
I thought it was Small Town USA. No, it was really good. It was shot like it made me want to watch more. So you know when something's good is like when it ends. And I like the death stare that Dracula gave the cop, and then he stared, bleeding in his mouth. Yes, that was good too. I like the blood reflection on the ground in the jail cell, and I also like
of Midnight Meat Train with the reflection that they did in that. Remember that?
That's flying out when Werewolf was just fucking. All in all, no, it was good. Like I wanted to see more. It was like, where's episode 2 or part 2? Like we want to see more. So yeah, shout out to Robbie Diaz, dude, for a great movie, and it was good. We enjoyed it, and I'm glad we got to review it. So cheers to that.
Yeah, for sure. It was. I thought it was great too, man. It was a fun little watch. And I know Robbie Diaz has done other things too. He's got some other shorts as well that he's done. So, and I'm gonna want to check those out too. I'm trying to, if you want, Robbie, you can throw names of the other shorts you got or anything that you got in the comments.
Oh yeah, her friend did come back and bit her in the end.
Yeah, yeah. So and what was it the nerdy girl locked all three of the monsters in the jail cell, and then Dracula basically said, what does he say right then? And then all of a sudden her friend comes around and bites her, and that's when the lights go out, the ending score hits, and that's it. And like Kenny said, it'd be great to see more. It would be great to see more, but I know it was a short, and it was good. It was good.
Yeah, keep us updated. Let us know what's going on with the future, and keep doing what you're doing, man. It was definitely not some rookie stuff. It was it was put together very, very well. So shout out to you, and we look forward to seeing some more movies from you, shorts and whatever you got going on. So keep doing what you're doing. You know what they say: if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So keep doing it.
So Robbie just said the two shorts are private because the film festival rules. I can send private if anyone is interested. So okay. So he can send the movies titles to anybody privately if you're interested. So it's you can see Rob Diaz 32 at Rob Diaz 32 on Instagram. Follow him. Got any questions? Want to know what other stuff he's done? You can go ahead and hit him up, and I'm sure he'll. So. But yeah, it was good. It was fun, and I'm glad we got to try something different on here, because normally we're always talking the blockbusters or the old 80s stupid horror movies that came out. You know what I mean? It's good to talk something local, something independent that someone's done. So
yeah, we love it, and I mean, I'm an independent musician, so I know how things go, and I'm here to support whatever comes our way. You guys show us love, we show you love, and it's a good vice versa thing. But Josh, you ready for some after party?
I am ready for the after party. So, but before we go, I want to tell you all, if you came late, if you missed the beginning, or you just came right now, don't worry. This will be on my IGTV on Horror Movie Dad in my Instagram account. It'll be there, and then probably in a couple days, maybe a week, this will be on my YouTube channel. Dad Watches Horror Movies, so subscribe to that if you haven't, and we'll go from there. And we're totally open. If anyone has any type of request, especially normally Kenny and I like to pick the movies we want to discuss, but if it comes down to something that you're personally involved in, or somebody that was in a movie or something like that, and you want us to talk about it, that for sure will come through. And we just love, we want to put the horror community here. I'm part of the horror community, and we want to, not the horror community, horror community. And I guess I wouldn't have a problem being part of the horror community, but horror community will we stick together, we pump each other up. So that's it right there. And so what we always do about this time is we'll sign off, and I want to thank everybody for joining. We'll then, this guy right here, Dinero, will start a live next. We call it the D3 after party, and it's just random. We just talk whatever the hell comes to our minds, and Kenny is the runner. So we want to thank everyone for joining. I especially thank Robbie Diaz for letting us watch his movie and talk about it. I want to thank Six the Chapter for throwing it out there as a request. Good work, fellas. And I hope to see you guys all soon. Kenny, any last words?
Shout out to Crown Apple. Delicious.
Delicious. All right, guys. We'll see you next time.
All right.
Peace out.